some of us, my family members, did not really think, oh, it's going to be a situation where mm, we get back and be normal again. And that didn't happen. So when I saw the devastation of the news, I told my family, look, we got to get out of here now. So we just grabbed what we can in our hands and we left New Orleans. Um, took us 28 hours to drive on the highway from New Orleans to Houston, normally a 5 hour drive. So the thought processes was, God, I know you said all things work together for the good. I said, I just trust. And I don't want to quantify what your all would be. I said, but just, God, please save my family and save me that I have a lifestyle that I'm used to in New Orleans, pretty much being a businessman in New Orleans. So moving to Houston was a walk of faith. Had a few family members not know where we're going to live, how we're going to exist, and most importantly, the sustainability of my family, being the only male in the household at the time. So it was pretty devastating because there's a lot of tears, like emotional drama, a lot of stress because uh, being one of the more financially secure brothers and family, I didn't care about money. I care about survival. So I went strictly in survival mode, through this process. And that survival mode was how I'm going to take care of my family. I care about savings. I drained every account I could to make sure that my sisters and my mom get everything that they need during this process. And that mentally, they were sustained through this process of the trauma of losing everything and not knowing whether to go back to New Orleans or not. So
First thing that comes to mind when everybody was going down to the dome, wherever it was, yeah, the dome was still there. And what I did, me and my sisters, we decided to get to gather stuff for people. What we did, we went to several churches and we went to friends, and we had a depository. What they did, they brought diapers and toiletries, and what they would do, if families, here I am, I have a family, and all of a sudden, I got 12 relatives coming to my house. I don't have enough toilet paper. I don't have enough stuff. So they would come to our house and they would place an order. And when they place an order, we would fill it and give them toiletries and diapers and food and whatever. That was my first thing with Katrina.
well, I'm a man of God, and I believe in the word of God says, I've never seen his righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. I walk by faith. You know what I'm saying? And I say, you know what? I have to choose. Either I'm going to fall into these circumstances, I'll be resilient and go beyond it. You know what I'm saying? And I chose my bottom. I say, you know what? Okay, God, you GOD, this you? Let's go. Let's make it happen. And it was a lot of hard work, a lot of marketing, a lot of relationship building, and having to prove yourself. This is a different market. Houston's a market you have to prove yourself to be successful. But once you're in, people accept you and understand your agenda. And my agenda was nothing but to be the best I can be and to make a living for my family. I had no other agenda. I didn't care about the who's who. I didn't care about what status. I cared about survival. That woman that I love and dearly compassion the world knew was my mom, Rosemary Smith, keeping her alive when her friends were dying. Every call phone we get was a heart attack. This happened. This happened. People stress, post-mortem stress. I said, I cannot give in to that. Yes, I had my moments at night after when I would cry to Lord, go in the car and cry, whatever, because I didn't want my family to see me in that depressed state and see me giving in to the circumstances. And I always say my circumstances does not define me. You know what I'm saying? So I chose to make this happen. I chose to believe in God, trust His word because I love Him so much. I know He's not going to leave me forsake. And I just network. And I'm a person, I believe relationships are everything. Are everything. You may not be the most qualified, but people like you to give you an opportunity, give you a chance. And the great people of Houston gave me a chance.
But I was also working as a case manager with the city of Houston with the late great Carolyn Scantleberry. It was called Focus Care. And what we did, we were case managers for our Katrina family who came to Houston. We didn't call them refugees. We didn't call them escapees, all that other stuff. They were family.
What I love about Houston is the progressive mindset. The progressive mindset. New Orleans, I love my city, but beyond the food, the entertainment, the culture, A lot of people don't have access to the new cutting edge lifestyle, technology, business acumen, business relationship, because the limited capacity there. Coming to Houston, if you have the skill mindset and the sustainability to want to succeed, you can succeed here. Because the fact that there's so many opportunities and so many avenues that you could grow in, and every day is a new recurrence of something happening in Houston. It's the fastest, one of the fastest growing city. So the diverse community here, the diverse culture here, um, and the respect. I think I've earned the respect of very successful people that believe in me and that's going to push you forward, push the African American brother that's here to in this city, to push them forward to become successful. And what I like about Houston is that when they know you have a skill set, no matter who you are, they give you opportunities to succeed if you want it.